Recording started. Yes, recording started. Yeah, so the file doesn't get too big. Yeah. Yes. So here is a procedure. So policy is a bigger structure, and procedure, how to follow that policy. Yeah. So for example, the policy is WHS Act 2011. That's a policy document. But how to follow that thing is a part of procedure, right? Privacy policy, that's a policy. But what do you mean by a privacy policy? How do you take care of the sensitive data? What data is classified as sensitive? Is it your date of birth? Is it your name? Is it your skin color or your DNA composition? What is the data which is classified as sensitive? That everything will be classified, will be narrated under procedure, right? It will tell you what exactly you should do step by step. Okay. So identifying, managing risk and everything, which we said is a part of WHS or communication policy, right? But how do you handle it, right? What is a procedure? So when you identify any hazard or any management risk, follow your hierarchical control, raise it to your manager, follow all the control thing like elimination, substitution, engineering control, admin control, and PP equipment, right? That's what you can do. Or follow your management procedure that you are told to. Yeah. Consultation activities during WHS issue management, right? What is the feedback that you got from this? You can write, okay? And finally, incident response and reporting, right? Again, incident response procedure or investigation procedure or reporting procedure for your company. You can talk about them. Cool. Question 8, explain 3 key principles of hierarchy of control. List each of them by most effective to least effective. Provide an example how you can apply each measure to your own work area or office environment. So first of all, we know that very well. It's up here, hierarchy of control. Elimination being number 1, then substitute, then engineering control, admin control, and using of PPE. You need to pick up one example. I picked up 2 examples. One was a COVID, one was that these slides, you know, how substitution, engineering control, and everything would work like. Yeah, you need to come up with your own. Yeah, but this question, you will talk about the hierarchy of control. Question A, principle of hierarchy of control. So we are talking about the steps, and up here you are listing them, an example of each of them. Okay. Any concern so far, or is all good? Cool. Question number 9. Why it is important to consult with the staff when implementing or reviewing WHS procedure policy in a workplace? List 2 reasons. Okay, again, it can be found here. Where did it go? Yes, consulting with employee. We got 7 steps or important aspect. Yeah, but even if you don't read that, if I ask you, why is it important that your manager should ask you if you have any WHS concern? And you will say like, oh, obviously, because I am on a site, you know, if I'm the agricultural trainer, that my manager should really ask me. Why? Because my manager may not be an agriculture person. I'm the trainer of agriculture, so I would know what are the side effects of a particular fertilizer that I'm using, right? How long should it be kept before you water the plants again? How much water should you put? Is it a liquid fertilizer or a normal one? How to control any insect, like insect spray and everything? Can it be inhalated? Or do I need a mask when I'm applying those spray? Or they are made from garlic paste and can be used as it is? You know, something like that. Maybe my manager is a very good person, very knowledgeable, but not necessarily the same expertise that I have. Right? So obviously, number one is to get the feedback on how process should be done. They need to involve the staff. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So the employee is also aware of the change. Well said. Yeah, is to become aware of the change, and they will follow with you, is not against you. When you involve your staff, let's say I involve Karina in everything I, decide about this batch. Then it's like, oh, okay, it was my opinion as well. So the objection becomes very minimal because you said that this is how it should be done. Yeah. And to encourage that the changes are very appropriate and it's positive and everything. Yeah. Now we are talking about example. How do you involve the staff? Having one-to-one or face-to-face meeting? Yeah. Any feedback forum or any feedback from forms? Okay. Any get together, any type of other communication which tells the missing very clearly, right? Or suggestion box, a toolbox talk or anything like that. Okay. That will go in the second half. Moving on, list 3 examples of WHS documentation that should be accessible to all the staff. Three examples of WHS document. First of all, the basic thing I would say, yes, meeting agenda, very true. The other thing I would say is they should know where to locate the document, number one, isn't it? List 3 examples of WHS documentation that should be accessible. For example, if Karina is a part of, not if, Karina is a part of APTC. If she doesn't know where to locate the privacy policy or what is a privacy policy, how is she going to adhere to that? If I don't know what is a code of conduct, then how am I expected to follow it? Isn't it? If you know, oh, okay, like mobile number or the email address is a sensitive information, or your address that you live in, right? It's a sensitive information. I cannot just say, hey, good news, guys, I found out where Peter lives. Can I say that? No. Yeah. That's a sensitive information. I need to take care of them wisely. Yeah. So first of all, making your employee aware what your policies are, where to locate them, and refreshing their memory every now and then. We all had done our, COVID refresher training, and what did we do, Ashbin sir? The conflicting, the declaration and about APTC code of conduct. Not yet, Ashbin sir. It's still like the two. It's still like that. Maybe typing. Conflict of interest. Yeah, that was one. But there was something earlier in the year as well. That was a refresher of APTC and everything. I didn't do it last year because I started mid of the year, but it was around Jan or Feb. But that's anyway, But Yes, orientation. Thank you. That's the one. Yeah. So reorientation. And that would have told me a lot of information, where to look at privacy policy, where to look at this policy and everything, right? I didn't do it when I started because I joined middle of the year. I mean, forget about it. It's manager's responsibility and induction part and this. Of course it is, but it didn't happen. No one to blame for. There was plenty of things when I started, back-to-back training session. It didn't happen. That's right. No. So telling your employee where to locate the documents. If you're in a meeting, notice of meeting, meeting agenda, right? Statistics of incidents. You can list at least 15, 20 things from top of your head. You don't need to look for anywhere else. Just talk about 3 of them. Okay. Now I must draw the red font here. List 3 examples. That means just list. No need to elaborate or explain them a lot. But when you say explain or describe, that's where you are expected to write a lot about them. List means simply list. Just write it, get it done. That's it. Yeah. Next, 3 features of effective workplace learning opportunity for employee. So have a learning effective opportunity for employee. Yeah, so have a learning that caters everyone's need. Make sure it's relevant to the employee, right? It's an ongoing learning, right? Throughout the year, not like done and forget. Yeah, a couple of things you can add on top of it. So that's all about learning opportunity for employee. We got 3 more questions before we finish. Any concern up till question 11? Anyone? Harissa, all good? Senior Harry, all good? I can speak a bit of Portuguese, not so much of Fiji. So senior is for the Mr. Everything good is tudo bem. You know, Senior Harry, tudo bem. Okay, that's right. I'll consider it's everything good. Yeah. I mean, if you come up with anything that you feel like, oh, it doesn't make sense, drop me an email and I'll happy to explain that again. Yeah. Right. Question number 12. Workplace activity that facilitate the achievement of WHS training needs are important in a workplace. How should an employer, your boss, structure the coaching mentoring program to make sure that is valuable learning opportunity? List 3 points. Okay, so what we are saying, for example, in the morning, I trained you, not really trained you like face-to-face training, but demonstrated how to use a fire extinguisher. Yeah. How you could use a fire extinguisher. Without going in detail, I thought that it is a handy training. Maybe if I was there, I would hold a fire extinguisher. I would have demonstrated live. But since I'm not there, I'm not a fire certified person, but I know how to use it. I haven't used it, but I've seen a lot of person using it. So I know how to use it. Maybe you would know better than me as well, but something that will apply to everyone. Okay. But what is the 3 points that you must know? So the learning activity should be learner focus. What is your requirement? Now, across all the students in a classroom, some of you might need a training for Word. Some of you need a training for PPT. Some of you need a training for leadership. Some of you feel like, oh, I'm good with this, but not that. So there should be a couple of options for everyone to choose from. Every start of the month, we are given a professional development calendar shared with us from our HR department, from our management. It's up to us which training we want to go. Will be a part of that. We shouldn't be a part of every learning activity. It's up to us what we choose. If I feel, oh, I'm good with Excel and intermediate Excel, then I should go for Excel Advanced, or creating effective PPT, or how to handle a classroom, or how to be more engaging in a remote classroom, things like that. They will tell you the principle, but it depends on a couple of other things. But what the purpose here is, it should be learner focused based on a learner's need. Yeah. Next, it should be two-way communication where you should be allowed to speak and share your experience. It should be ongoing, right? It's not a one-off thing. Yeah. I think the first aid license in Australia has some validity. So if you had a first aid training 3 years back, maybe it's no more valid. I don't know exactly how many years. It could be 3, could be 5. Yeah, but you have to renew it every now and then. Attend the training and renew it. The reason is there is so much of development in that area every now and then. So if I had got a first aid certificate, same in Fiji, okay. Yeah, so if I had got a first aid certificate back in 2010, it's a 12 years old procedure that I might be using. Yeah, maybe the first aid box back then and now will have a totally different kit as well. Yeah, we can check if you're interested. But I mean, the point is, it should be ongoing. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, not like you on it once and forget about it. No, that's not right. Okay. How about Solomon? Do you have to refresh it, the first aid training? After how many years? Doctor, do you know about first aid? After how many years you need to again be trained for first aid? Fiji 6, okay, good to know. Three years. Yeah, 3 years in here. Not sure, but I'm sure it should have some expiry, you know, and then you have to re-register. Oh, there it is. Training directory, that's fine. Yeah, so next one we are talking about briefly outline the procedure for accessing implication or near misses regarding workplace incident injury. It doesn't specify anything. I can say approx 50 to 70 words. That should be enough. Okay, so there are many of answers that you can choose, but what is the procedure for any implication? Having a register of any incident is the basic thing that every company must have. Why? It will tell me next time if there is any near miss. For example, I saw that wire running around in the classroom is not a safety feature, right? And if there is any hazard, I'll make sure, note it in my hazard register and ensure it doesn't happen again or minimize it. Yeah. Final question, read the following case study scenario and then complete the incident report form accordingly. So scenario, one of the team members, Leo, has taken ill during this morning shift. He had a high temperature, was feeling unwell and developed a rash. Leo needed medical attention and was taken to the doctor. It was confirmed that Leo has chickenpox and will need to stay off the work for a week. Okay. Additional detail, person injured named Leo Smith, date of birth 16/8/95. Leo is a customer service in an admin office. Accident happened on this. At this time, Leo has yet to return to work. So you got the basic information up here. You are filling up the accident form. First name. What is the first name? Leo, right? Last name, Smith. Date of birth here. Position, administrative officer, right? Customer service, and this is the the whole designation, I would say. Yeah. Department, customer service and admin team, right? Address not provided, manager's name not provided. Whatever is not there, don't worry about it. When does that happen? 13/11/2020, and the time is 3:45 p.m. And then you talk about nature of injury. Just write it in your own words. Don't add anything, but don't just copy and paste as well. Yeah, this is the paragraph you are looking for. Then bodily location of the injury. Where did it happen? Right. High temperatures, that are temperature mostly measured in the head. I would say head. Yeah, and developed a rash. Yeah, so you can say rash around the neck or body part, rash on a body part, you can say that. Location at the time of injury. So location was at the office. Yeah, at the main office or at the office. How was the injury sustained? Cause of injury. Yeah, we don't know the cause, but it happened during the morning shift. You can write that. Was any plant equipment substance thing involved in the injury? If yes, provide detail. We don't know. We can say no. Yeah. Any witness will go here, their contact, any follow-up, Leo needs medical time. He has not come back to work. Yeah, things like that. Detail of the person making this entry. That's your name. Yeah. So you can say Ashbin Singh, position, your manager, or you are a junior person, you are an employee, whatever should go, your department, signature, date. If you're not injured at work, did you witness the injury? Yes or no? You can talk about it. You can simply say, no, I didn't witness the injury. Yeah, just a sample form. Yeah. And hooray! End of assessment one. Okay, I'll stop the recording so it doesn't get bigger.